Okay, so we're getting really close to getting ready to tile here. I'm just going to go over some of the details on this gray backer board and mold resistant drywall here. So we're going to be tiling the floor, and that tile is going to be running up the tub walls and up the shower walls here where you see the gray backer board. And then the niche here is going to have a different hexagonal white tile running in the back, and then that's the same that's going to go in this backsplash area here behind the vanity. Now, a couple of details with this. This backer board has to be completely plumb and level. So when you put this up, a little trick is to use something like a drywall adhesive. I was using this this stuff here, this Liquid Nails Advanced Drywall Adhesive. It basically lets you wet shim your backer board to your studs. And so you put that adhesive on your studs, and then you just set these boards as they're perfectly flat right on that adhesive, and you don't start screwing them in. You set all of them wet. And so you can get them just perfectly plumb and get everything exactly true and perfect, because that's so important for these tiles. When you start putting tiles up here that have perfectly straight edges and your grout lines, you don't want to be messing around with a wall that's coming in or out. Yeah, so spend time on that. And then on this sealant, this goes all the way around these foam seams and these gaps and the screw holes, and you want to make sure that that is all very flat. You don't want any of this sealant kind of bumping up or sticking out, because that will also create problems when you try to really flatten that tile work. So similar thing here on the drywall. You can also, of course, use the adhesive on the drywall if you have kind of uneven studs and framing. It does help avoid, issues kind of like this where, there's that sticking out. This is one problem area that had a really, had some framing here that was protruding out. And so, one small spot, it's okay. I can float and sort of taper the mud out and make that go away, but you wouldn't want to do that over an entire room. So yeah, the vent here has been sealed off on the drywall, so no humidity will get into the attic. And I'm actually leaving the holes until after all the mud is done. I just cut out one for that light. But it just makes the drywall work and the mudding work a little bit easier when you don't have to worry about holes there. Yeah, so, and again, this is all sealed. This is a waterproofer, this green, and then that's completely waterproofed all the way up the tub walls and the shower walls there. So I'll get back to you here once we get all this drywall finished, because I want to finish that before I start running tile or start installing tile, because I'll be bringing the tile over and actually mitering it and then returning it on the drywall here. Normally what people do is they would put a Schluter profile there. That's kind of a DIY, kind of outdated way of handling edges. A mitered corner is going to look much beefier and stronger. It's going to make this tile really stand out like a substantial slab of natural stone, and it's going to really look much better. So more on that later. Until next time.